Are you looking to make a meaningful impact on your life? Starting with your why is a foundation for this. Hey, Matt Smith here with Matt Smith Real Estate Group, and today we're going to talk about your why. That is the driving force for anything that you accomplish in life. Anybody that has been successful has a very, very strong why. We're going to unpack that today so that you can help discover your own why and help you become successful. So today I'm sitting down with a very special guest, Amber. Amber, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanted to invite you to talk about the why because at our Go to the Boards recently, you shared some of your story and some of your why. It really stood out to me, and I think that maybe that can help some other people just discover their why and help them grow and help them develop and help them become the best versions of themselves. So let's start off, Amber, why do you feel that having a why is important? What has that done for you, just knowing your why?
Just knowing your why is like, for most people, is the driving force behind the things that you're doing. Because some days you may be down and not wanting to be up for a certain task that you need to do, but if you go back to remembering why you're there in the first place, then that's how you can use that as your driving force for everything else.
You can use that as motivation when you don't have any.
Good word, I was looking for that word, motivation. Yep.
Motivation, inspiration, any of that. It's always good to have that extra fuel in the tank to get the job done, do what you know you need to do, keep your commitments on the days that maybe you don't feel like it. And having that why is that extra boost, right?
I agree, totally.
Yeah. So Amber, speaking of why and that being the driving force and motivation, what is your why?
My why is my children, just letting them know that no dream is too big. You can do anything you set your mind to. A lot of people say that, but when you just say things, nothing happens. You have to put actions into your words.
Absolutely. There's so much behind that, right? Is that actions speak louder than words.
Yes, they really do.
We learned that so much growing up, but I think it's so important to have proof to kids that anything is possible. I was listening to one of my mentors, Ed Milet, was sharing a story from a stage, and he was talking about how many parents talk to their kids about you can be anything you want to be, right? I'm sure you do that with your kids.
I do.
I do that with my kids, but then there's a caveat that a lot of people get wrong. And the thing is that when people say, hey, you can do anything, but then they give up on their own dreams, they give up on their own hopes, that shows the kids that that's not possible. And you become a potential hypocrite, right? And nobody wants to do that. Nobody does that intentionally. What I love about you and what I love about our organization is that we are always talking about our whys, and why is important, and we're living to be the best versions of ourselves. I think Ed says it best. He says, your kids are gonna figure you out someday. If you say you're gonna do that, and then you say that they can be whatever they wanna be, but then you give up on your dreams, they're gonna figure you out. They're gonna see that.
For real.
Why is that important to you and to be that person for your kids? Why does that drive you?
It drives me because I want more for them than what I've ever had. I want them to be able to be the best versions of themselves. And the only way for that is, you're right, is trying to be the best version of myself, so that way they can learn from that by, seeing, not just saying.
Yeah. By seeing, not just saying, leading by example. I love it. That's awesome. That's an amazing motivating factor, and you're doing it every day. And so I'm sure they're proud of you for that. I know I am.
Thank you so much.
So Amber, we've talked about this before, but one of the amazing things about our MSREG family is that we support each other. And so one of the ways that we support each other was an exercise that we recently did called Go to the Board. Has that been important and impactful for you?
It has, but I always dread it in the beginning because it does pull emotions out of you think you never had. But it is very rewarding at the end of the 2 days that we do it, because you actually realize that everyone is there for you and is there to support you. And just speaking it's just a really powerful thing.
Speaking it into existence, right?
Yes.
If you speak it, it's way more likely to happen. And I think that there's a lot of people that struggle with not even being able to verbalize their why. They haven't thought about it. They may say they're kids, but on what level? Like, how do you want to be with your kids? Like, what I love about yours is that you want to show them what is possible so that they can grow, so that they can develop and be the best version of themselves. And I love that you're able to do that and share. One of the things that I really, really love about the Go to the Boards is, of course, we all get to build that camaraderie, that team, that family. But in addition to just being together with each other, I think someone even said this year, it's like a family reunion. Like, we all get together.
It is. It really is sometimes.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that we have that environment where we can share openly. You said there is emotions, right? Like, we go through tissues.
Yes, through boxes of tissues.
But it's because people actually care and trust and know that our environment will help them accomplish whatever it is that is their why. And one of the ways that we do that is through accountability. Accountability is not what most people think it is. Most people think accountability has a negative connotation. In reality, accountability is the highest form of love you can show an individual. And if you truly love and care about someone, you will help them accomplish their dreams and goals, right? Like, that's a part of the equation. And I think accountability gets a bad rap just because a lot of us have been held accountable the wrong way. We've been condemned, or we've been judged, and it's just not been a good experience for us, so we just tend to run away from it. But I've just noticed something in successful people. The more successful people in the world, they chase accountability. They want more of it because they realize that's what it is that it takes to be successful. One of the things, speaking of go to the board, that we do with accountability is that we ask if someone resonated with you at the board, and we ask that you hold them accountable. You be their accountability partner. There's one that you picked in particular that had to do with Disney World this year, right? Would you like to share that?
Yeah, Eric Keene, who's an awesome agent on our team, he wants to take his kids to Disney World. So now periodically I'll just send him pictures of Disney World or Mickey Mouse or anything. So that's helping him with his why, because if he checks his text, he could just see Disney World and be like, oh yeah. Yeah,
it helps him stay on track and be like, yep, I got to take my kids there, right? Like one of the things I told him as go to the board, I said, I can't wait to see the picture, right? Of him and his kids at Disney World. Like it's just, that's where knowing your why comes in, is because that's you sending him that, you holding him accountable, showing him that you care for him, that you love him, that you want to help and support him, like keeps him on track. And there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be at Disney World and send you a picture.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's better. I get a text back from Disney World.
100% you will. I love it. Yeah, so Go to the Board is a 2-day event. We do it once a quarter. We may try to squeeze it into one day next quarter, we'll see. But typically we take 2 days. What we do is everyone comes up one by one in front of their peers, in front of our team, and talks about their goals, their commitments, where they are, where they want to be, and most importantly, they talk about their why. What is motivating them to accomplish that? What are these things going to do for you in your life? One of the questions I ask is, what is one thing in your personal life that has not happened that will happen as a result of these goals you just put out there? Because I think what we get stuck in is that rut of just doing the goals over and over and over again and not thinking enough on why those matter. And then after that, of course, we tie some action items. And so let's pick one thing that will help you accomplish that, one thing that you can do consistently. And it just really makes for a super successful environment. Well, Amber, thank you so much for taking time to be here and sharing your story, sharing with everyone your why. I think that it's important, if you're watching this and if you're searching for your why and you want to grow, you want to become the best version of yourself, it is so crucial. Amber hit on it, right? That you have to hang around the right people. Who you hang around matters. And so you need to hang around people that are helping you level up, that are showing you that love of accountability, that are helping you develop what your why is and holding you accountable to it. What's cool is that as our team is growing, maybe we could be that support system for you. But even if not, go find that support system. If you want to be successful in life, it is a direct correlation of the people you spend the most time with. There's that meme, we've all seen it. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Go spend time with the 5 people that you want to become, that are that better version of you. And I promise you, you will become a better version of yourself along the journey.